Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins game review here today. We got a good one. We did end up winning last night versus the Angels 3-1. It wasn't as high scoring as you may have thought, but I mean, we did well. We won the game. We are 31-16 on the year again. 15 games above 500, and we have a chance to double our losses again and play 667 baseball. That's fantastic. So we did very well pitching wise last night. You know, we had a little blip with Rogers there in the 7th and Parker a little bit in the 8th and 9th area, like the end of the game. But other than that, clean game. We did fine. We kept him off base for the most part. We did what we needed to do, and we scored first, right? So what are we? Can somebody clarify this stat? I can't remember what it was. Is it 26-5 now when scoring first? I mean, every time we've won, we've scored first in like the last 2 weeks, maybe. I don't know exactly how far that stretches back, but we are 26-5, I believe. 25-6, maybe. One of those two. That's absolutely impressive. Also, what are we? 13-3. Hold on. I have it. I have this. What's the stat? 16-3 after a loss. We're 3-0 after 2 losses. That's fantastic. That's awesome. And what else? I mean, we just had a great pitching performance by Odorizzi. Unfortunately, he did not get the win. He was 6-0 in his last 6 starts after starting off, kind of rusty a little bit in his first 2. He had 6 straight appearances with 6 straight wins. Unfortunately, that did come to an end last night. Wasn't really his fault, but hey, our offense didn't give him more runs. It's whatever. He still got the no decision. Rogers ended up getting the win, even though he got a blown save. Technically, we'll go through that. But for the most part, we won the game. We got the W. And in May, we have not scored under 3 runs. So that's awesome. When we score 3 runs, we do well. We've only lost, 7 times, I believe, in May? Maybe is that correct? Somebody will have to check that. 7 times in May, and we have not scored less than 3 runs. So that just means we give up a little bit more than we score. Obviously, that's how you lose, but for the most part, 3 runs is not bad. It wins you a lot of games, like tonight. So we scored 3 runs on 10 hits. They scored 1 run on 6 hits. It was very clean for the most part. A little bit of a blip in there in the 7th. But for the most part, very, very good. Let's talk about Odorizzi. He went 5 innings tonight, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Very, very good. No earned runs, obviously. And if he didn't have that long at-bat with Jonathan Lucroy, I think he probably would have gone 6. It was like 14 pitches for that at-bat. I mean, hey, Lucroy did what he needed to do to get Odorizzi out of the game, but only 5 innings tonight for Odorizzi. I don't care. That's good for me. That works. He gets the win. He would have got the win. He would have qualified for the win if we were able to hold on, but for the most part, he was really good. And take a look at his strikeout pitch. It's that high fastball, 92, 93 miles an hour. I mean, he made guys look silly swinging at it. Cahoon, 3 times struck out in it. Ohtani twice. 1 on a curveball, 1 on the fastball. Just absolutely destroyed hitters with this pitch. And you'd think, why he's swinging at a high fastball? I don't know, man. I thought they were saying last night his changeup and his fastball come from the same arm slot. You can only be looking for one, just kind of like Blake Parker with his splitter. But holy cow, this guy was swinging at stuff way above the zone. Wall struck out twice, I believe, too. He had 6 strikeouts. 5 of them were on that high fastball. That's awesome. And if it's working, don't change it, right? I mean, it's so awesome to see how each pitcher will take something from his last plate or last start, but then change it a little bit. Like Odorizzi didn't throw his slider a lot tonight, but really came up on his curveball and his changeup. Barrios has done that in the past, where sometimes his curveball doesn't work, so he goes straight changeup and fastball. It's great to see how these guys can change, but really just destroy him with that fastball. So that's good. Harper came in, though, in the 6th and 1/3 inning that or 1 1/3 inning into the 6th inning, I should say. Gave up a hit. It ended up being a run. He struck out 2. He pitched really good. Parker And Rogers, okay, here's the thing with them. They haven't pitched in like 5 days. And granted, I know you need to get them in. I honestly wasn't too excited to see Rogers and Parker in today just because of the situation. Obviously, you know, they're major league players. They've warmed up. They've thrown bullpens. But just to see them in real action again today after 5 days, it just kind of made me like, oh, this is not going to be good because they haven't seen live action in almost a week. And that's kind of on Baldelli. Why are we using Morin, 6 times in the last week? Same with these other guys. It's just kind of weird to see how we don't have like a schedule even on days when, we're winning. Like, cause if it was like 5-1, okay, yeah, put Parker, put Rogers in there, let them go, get them some more work. But to have 5 days off in between for relief appearances, that's just a little bit much for me. I feel like you should have just got him in that 18-game win over Seattle. Why not throw 2 batters? A batter or 2. Just kind of get loose, get real live action. That's the only thing I have on that. But Harper gave up a hit before he left. Rogers let him score, blew a save technically. What would that have been? The seventh inning? He came in the 7th inning. They counted as a blown save. And he did end up getting the win because of it, since Miguel Sano hit a 2-run home run. But Parker shut him down for the most part as well. Very good for that. Let's talk about hitting. I already said Miguel Sano hit a 2-run home run, a no-doubter. But let's talk about the other thing that happened in this game that was very important. Like I said, we scored first. How did we score that run? Well, here's how. Luis Arraez. There we go. He's fantastic. I love this guy. This guy can hit, and he can run too. I tell you what, he got a hit. And then on the next hit, Castro blooped it behind third base. But Arraez did not stop. Arraez did not stop at second. He kept going to third. And you're like, okay, what does that matter? Well, with 1 out, he scooted his way into scoring position. Not just second base, but into third. So anything basically would have scored him. After Castro's single, Adrianza comes up, grounds into a double play, but he beats it out. So guess what? Arraez scores. Gets the first run of the game. You guys can see it here, but if he doesn't do that, if he doesn't get to third base on that play, first and third with 2 outs instead of first with a run scoring and 2 outs, that changed the game. And that's what I love seeing. I mean, I don't want to knock Bryce Harper, but remember when he walked out a ground ball, a double play? If he would have done that, our run doesn't score, right? Adrianza hustled, and so did Arraez. I'll get that eventually. But Arraez hustled, so did Adrianza, and that's why you win games. That is how you were supposed to play the game. I mean, Max Scherzer even hustling out a ground ball. You probably know what I'm talking about. But that's the kind of baseball I like. And it's not all about hitting home runs. Now, yes, we did hit a home run tonight. Miguel Sano, we've homered in 14 of our last 15 games. The only exception coming yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess, the last game in Seattle. But what a job by Miguel Sano. I mean, here, look at this pitch. I thought he was going to swing at this. He had swung at curveballs all night long and finally came up with the biggest hit of the game, a Sano-doubter, and put it over the opposite wall, right? He went to right center field and got it out of the park. Great job for him. Anybody can hit a fastball, right? I mean, you're supposed to, right? That's what I'm saying is major leaguers are supposed to go up there looking for the fastball. That's all Miguel Sano does. And when he got a 97-mile-an-hour heater, he took it the other way. And that was great. I honestly was going to give him a lot of crap if he struck out again or did not do well. He has 10 strikeouts on his 19 at-bats this year. Not good. But he did hit a home run. It's his second of the year, and he won us the game. So it's going to be interesting to see when when Nelson Cruz and Garver come back on who's going to be sent down. I still think it might have to be Sano, but I don't know, man. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But let's go through these batters quickly. Other than that, though, a great performance by the team, and obviously they got the win. So Kepler, 2 for 4 with a walk. He got on base 3 times, increasing that OBP, increasing that average a little bit. 244, not bad. Still want to see it rise up a little bit, but Polanco 0 for 4 tonight with a walk. Still batting .335. Not concerned about him, but if you guys want to pick somebody for the streak tonight, I'd pick him because he usually doesn't go 0 for 4 2 days in a row. Astudillo 1 for 4, Eddie Rosario 1 for 4 and scored the run because Miguel Sano came up next and hit that home run 1 for 4 and did strike out once, but that's fine. He's batting 190. Not very good. But the next person I'll tell you about, Arraez, 3 for 4, man. He is batting .625, has not struck out yet. Knock on wood for that. Hopefully he has a good career, man, because this guy's from AA. He played in 3 AAA games and was called up. This guy can hit. And he, like I said, he can run 3 for 4 and scored that run. Most importantly, what a night for him. Then Castro 1 for 4. Andrianza 1 for 4 with an RBI because he beat out the ground rule ball, the double play ball, and then Buxton 0 for 4. But for the most part, fantastic. Each of those guys finding a way to contribute for the team and hustling it out. Great job by them. So that's all I got for you today. Hopefully Arraez stays high. I would like to see him bat in that 1 or 2 spot up there and get him some more plate appearances, but he has been killing it. That's all I got for you today. Hopefully we can get another win tonight and, take the series. We already can't lose the homestand or the away stand because we have 4 wins in our 7 games. We have not lost an away stand or a homestand this year. Just to let you know. So that's all I got for you today. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you tomorrow or tonight for another video. Catch you then.